Today, NASCAR raced at Phoenix Raceway, and William Byron wins back-to-back races. It has been since 2007 since the 24 car has won back-to-back races.
Back to reality.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of In the NASCAR. And in this video, this is the Phoenix United Rentals 500 race review. And so I just want to say that I don't know, this race was kind of like, it's not really a snooze fest, which is kind of mid-tier for me. It was kind of like a mid-race. Typical Phoenix race at its finest, but at least I like this race a lot better. I like this race just a little bit better than the last Phoenix race. Now, I did say last year, exactly, I said that last year, this year was probably the best spring race, Phoenix race I've ever watched, and that was in last year, this exact race. So, yeah, guys, so let's go ahead and talk about the race. On the pole was Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin, and for the start of the race, Kyle Larson and William Byron were the top two dominant cars all race. And so, yeah. Obviously, the Hendrick cars, they were really fast. Alex Bowman, he was probably the slowest, and same with Josh Berry, but I would leave out Josh Berry just because, I mean, he barely has any experience. So yeah, guys. We had some pit road. Pit road was probably one of the most dangerous places to be when it comes to strategy. Well, places to be when it comes to strategy. Tires come into play, and with this new package, the more cars were trying to slip and sliding around. So, yeah, and so we had some tire penalties. I think they were later in stage 2, involving Kyle Busch, Eric Jones, McDowell. Suarez had penalties. Tire issues. Speaking of tire issue, Eric Almirola, he was the one that brought our first caution for incident for a tire penalty. The tire coming apart, the hub came off, and then he had to serve a 2-lap penalty and a 2-week suspension, I guess, for 2 crew members. So yeah, stage 1 was won by William Byron. He dominated that stage. And stage 2 was basically half was dominated by William Byron. The other half was dominated by Kyle Larson. But Kyle Larson, he won stage 2. And then stage 3, stage 3 was something. Kyle Larson, the first until the final 12 laps were like a snooze fest. Well, Kevin Harvick, once he got by Kyle Larson in the closing stage, I cheered for him, man. I really wanted Kevin Harvick to win this race. He was my main pick to win, and that caution ruined it. Well, I'm not saying what NASCAR didn't throw that caution was a bad call, no, but my pick came so close. If you guys saw my community post, Kevin Harvick was my main pick to win, and I almost had it right. But just wasn't there. And so, yeah. And, yep. So, yeah, and then the final overtime came. The choose rule was really another important factor, but the restarts here at Phoenix are really wild and fun to watch. Especially with all these drivers slipping around. At the one point at the start of stage 3, there were 4 and 5 wide racing. And then, yeah, so 4 and 5 wide racing, which is really fun to watch. But, yeah. And then we have the first overtime finish, final few laps before that final overtime caution, where Noah Gragson, Ty Gibbs, and AJ Allmendinger got together. And then we have his final overtime finish where Kyle Larson, I gotta think about Tyler Reddick for a minute. Tyler Reddick, he needed to have a good race today. He finished 3rd. Tyler Reddick needed to have a good race, and he did it. So, yes! Tyler Reddick, 3rd place. Yeah! So, yeah. But, unfortunately, Denny Hamlin, he ended up finishing 23rd. And guess who was involved? That's right, Ross Chastain. But this time, Denny Hamlin and Chastain were racing hard, and they ended up getting into each other. It ended up costing another top 10 finish. Hamlin should have finished in the top 10 in Vegas. In fact, should have finished top 5. But, I don't know. At least he finished 11th, just outside the top 10 at Vegas. But outside the top 20 when he literally had a top 5 car? We cannot afford to screw over these bad finishes. Screwed over these good finishes, I mean. So, I just want to like that point across. William Byron wins it all. I'm happy for, well, William Byron, man, he has won again. And guys, noticing something here. So far, the first 4 races, none of the winners so far haven't really been exciting to me. They just haven't been really that exciting to me. Yes, I'm sure congratulations to Byron, but they haven't just been really exciting. One drivers I've actually liked, actually really do like, hasn't won anything yet. So, for example, Kyle Larson, I really wanted him to win at some point. Same with Bell, but guess what, guys? We're coming back to Atlanta Motor Speedway next week. So, yeah. But then, yeah, William Byron won the race, and he was with that giant hat in victory lane, which that's always something. And yeah, again with the racing today, let's talk about the racing. Wait, real quick, NASCAR actually removed the windshield, removed the windshield wiper from the windshield of the car, and so yeah. Well, for me as a Denny Hamlin fan, not the finish I want, not the finish, not really totally not the finish Hamlin fans deserve, but it was worth. But to make me feel better, he put Chastain in the wall, which is deserved. So, yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. 23rd for Hamlin, not good, not good. When he had a top 5 car, but hey, some Toyota drivers too had some rough days. Martin Truex Jr. man, he fell way off the pace. He and Logano had contact. Joey Logano, he didn't have a good car either. At one point, almost spun out. Well, who else didn't have a good day? Probably knows. And Bubba Wallace as well, but he managed to finish 14th. So, hey, at least, hey, I didn't expect Bubba to really have a strong race here, but hey, 14th is good for him. 14th is good for Bubba. So, yeah, 14th is okay. Good for the car Bubba had today. But the racing was good. But the racing was okay. Phoenix, the track there is beautiful, but the racing just hasn't been the greatest. So, yeah. But William Byron wins. Hendrick Motorsports. Josh Berry ended up finishing 10th, so that's always something to hear. And, yeah, so this race was kind of mid-average. This was an average race for me, so. So, yeah, guys, the racing was good. Penalties, pit road penalties. Pit road was a main factor for this race. You got to figure out how your car was handling. Kevin Harvick, he was really good on long runs and then caught up to Larson. Once that caution came out for Harrison Burton, boy, pit road as well had some really dramatic moments. Larson, most of the drivers who went down pit road ended up taking 2 tires, while Harvick and I think Tyler Reddick managed to get 4 fresh. So, hey, so yeah. So let's go ahead and take a look at the race results. Here's the results after Phoenix. William Byron won the race, Ryan Blaney second, Tyler Reddick third, Kyle Larson dominated some portion of this race, finishes 4th, Kevin Harvick 5th, Christopher Bell 6th, Chase Briscoe 7th, Kyle Busch will finish 8th, he had a pit road penalty at the time, Alex Bowman 9th, Ryan at the top finish, Josh Berry, 11th, Joey Logano, Ryan Preece will finish 12th, Michael McDowell 13th, Bubba Wallace 14th, Chris Buescher 15th, Austin Dillon 16th, Martin Truex Jr. will finish 17th, Brad Keselowski will finish 18th after he was actually in the top 10 all day. He should have finished higher, though. Stenhouse Jr. 19th. Allmendinger after spinning out rounds out the top 20. Eric Jones 21st. Daniel Suarez 22nd. Denny Hamlin and Chad Sengak up finishes 23rd and 24th. Austin Cindric 25th. Corey LaJoie 26th. Justin Haley 27th. Ty Gibbs 28th. Noah Gragson 29th. Ty Gibbs 30th. Saint Smith 31st. Todd Gillen 32nd. Almirola 33rd. Cody Ware 34th. Harrison Burton 35th. And BJ McLeod is the only one to DNF with a fuel pump problem. So yeah, guys, in conclusion, this race was average, guys. Was it kind of like an average race? Kind of mid to an average race. I mean, this wasn't really the best, but I mean, it was a good race. It was an average race for me to watch. So yeah. But, oh man, again, not really to finish as a Hamlin fan. Any Hamlin fan, he should have finished inside the top 5 or top 10, but. Again, that second week in a row, that an overtime finish didn't lead him to a good finish. So, I'm kind of down there, but it's still at least it's better than crashing out It's better. It's at least better than last year, where he literally crashed out. Like 3 of the first 5 races of the year. So I'd rather prefer that. So yeah. For now, I'm gonna give this race a 5 out of 10. This race was average for me. So yeah, this race was average. The racing, there was a lot of slipping and sliding. Pit road was chaotic as well. There were some dramatic moments. Racing's been good, and yeah, and I'll top it off. One of my other favorites, Tyler Reddick, third. Yes, and that overtime finish, I thought we were gonna see an incredible finish, like 2 cars bumping and banging to the line. I almost thought we were gonna see that, but William Byron, with the strong car he has, managed it to pull away right in the end. So yeah, guys. Yeah, nothing really else I can say. This race was average. The racing was okay. Was slipping and sliding. So, but you can tell that this race was different than last year's. Last year we had that same package, and really no one really seemed to like it that much. While this year definitely a change, slipping and sliding now. But I think I'm still going to give this race a 5 out of 10. So yeah, guys. William Byron wins. Harvick came so close, but just didn't have enough. So yeah, what do you guys think about the race? Let me know in the comments. And yeah, so the racing was good, and the racing was average, and yeah, so can't wait for Atlanta next week. That one's gonna be a fun race to watch, and especially with it being 400 miles, so it means being more intense. Yes. So, anyways, next week will be my favorite kind of racing: super speedway action. Yes. So yeah. So anyways, guys, the racing was average. William Byron wins back-to-back. First time the 24 has won back-to-back times since 2007. And so, yeah, the racing was good. Almirola, again, he had that tire issue. I think that's all I pretty much covered. So, yeah, what do you guys think about this race? The 5Y racing was insane, by the way, in the restarts. Let me know in the comments. Anyways, this is Preston signing off. Peace out.